We have right now one of our favorite guests on the program. When it comes to document management and keeping track of where things are, this has been a problem that the industry has dealt with and figured out some very, very unique and effective approaches to. So please help me welcome to the show someone who is one of the heads of DocClarity, our favorite Tom Frisina. How are you?
How are you, Jerry? Nice to be here again.
Yes.
Thanks for having me.
It's been a fun show, hasn't it?
It's been a very fun show, very active, well attended as usual.
Yeah.
We just enjoy this. This is right in our wheelhouse. A lot of our clients, in fact, the lion's share of our clients are in the commercial real estate space.
What do you think it is that draws, is the commonality between all DocClarity clients and customers?
You know, and we have clients that are outside the commercial space as well, and across all of them, really what they're looking for is they're looking for safety and security for their content, their assets. In the commercial space, it's a lot of the property docs. So of course it's the leases and the estoppels and the closing binders and the correspondence, certificates of insurance, and all of these items. Their ability to share those items across their enterprise, but with cloud, you're able to share things outside of their own employees. So they need to share that content outside as well. So is the product, is it safe? Is it secure? When somebody logs in, do they see just what they're supposed to see and not the entire enterprise? Those are some of the things that we deliver on the back end.
Why does DocClarity handle security? I'm sure you would probably wager that it handles it better than some other companies. What are you guys doing?
We've said that before. Yes.
Yeah. Why are you better?
We one of the things that we do is we believe in that whole concept of outsourcing your non-core items that you need to perform, and send those to somebody that are the professionals, if you will, in any of the entities inside of commercial real estate. In content management, you could make an argument and say, I have things on my J drive, on my network drive, and I've got folders in there. I do have a document management system. So, it's a large definition, but the reality is, what we've found is even people in a networked environment with all these shared drives, they have more problems from document management than they did when there was legacy paper. Legacy paper, you had your file cabinet and you had the one lease in there, and you pulled it out. In an electronic environment, you right click, you make another folder, you say copy, you put it over here, you make changes to it, and you have multiple copies all over the place.
Sure.
In that environment. Document management, and folks that understand the technology and then your industry, I think, is the value that we bring to the table.
So let's say I'm a firm and I have another solution that I've been using, I'm not happy with it anymore, or this is my first foray into this type of system.
Sure.
How do you get started? How do you implement and deploy this? What does that look like? What does good deployment look like?
Sure. Well, you know what, and you touched on two items, and they're really two different deployments. So
yeah.
If somebody has an existing content management system versus, as you said, a brand new deployment, and it's kind of interesting you brought it up, actually, because we're seeing that now, because the industry and the technology, it's been around for a while. So we're seeing folks that have deployed a system, and so for all the good reasons, but now they're ready to either go to the next step, something that's more feature-rich and robust, and those deployments are a little bit different. We would go in and we analyze, their existing structure, their folder structure, their taxonomy, if I can throw some vernacular out there.
Sure.
Their taxonomy, their metadata. Everybody does search. Yeah, I think that one of the things that we bring to the table is that ability to drill down. It's all about find in our world. Searches, I'm typing in something and I bring back 50,000 results. We're all doing it. But what you're looking for is, you're looking for those 7 pieces of content. You're looking for those. You're looking for all the leases that are expiring in the next 12 months, and that's what I want.
Yeah.
And that's what we call findability. And if you're not, if your deployment has not been well thought out, and you're not capturing that kind of data, you're not going to get those kind of results brought back.
So what are you doing at DocClarity to make sure that when I'm going to start putting all this work in, that the deployment is immaculate? How are you hand-holding me through that process?
Well, part of it, to us, the software plays only a partial role. And really, these good deployments come down to the people that are involved in deployment. So we've done dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of commercial real estate deployments. So back to that structure, because it's so important, the structure of where this content is going to live is so critical on being able to find it. So as we deploy, we're bringing about our knowledge share on what these good deployments, what good structures look like.
Give me one good taxonomy deployment secret that anyone, I know you're giving it away, but what's something that if we wanted to start today, what would we need to do?
You're saying you want the secret sauce right here in front of millions of people in this audience?
I mean, this is, these people would be willing to pay millions.
Look at pens are out now, everybody's writing.
Yes.
The one secret is, I'm going to give you two secrets actually.
Great.
But specifically, your one secret is people think you have to capture so much metadata. When you're checking in a document, I want a form that I got to type in 30 pieces of metadata. And the studies out there will say you need about 5, and that's at the max.
Right.
That's at the maximum.
So the year, the major...
Could be date on document. I mean, some things are being captured automatically, i.e., who created the document, who's checking the document in, what's the date on document. These are given things that are document title. Those things are all captured automatically.
Yes.
But perhaps there's 3 to 5 additional pieces of metadata, if you will, and that's all you need, because folks aren't going to put it in.
Right.
They're not going to put it in, or you'll say, I want to make them required fields, and then they're not checking in content at all.
And then also you end up with more false positives because it's overly tagged. So that's secret number one, is don't tag idiotically. Tag smart and get down to the nitty-gritty. And what's the second?
The second thing is and it's not so much a secret sauce, but we'll get a lot of folks that say, I want to deploy document management and I'm ready. We have never, ever done a deployment where they've said, and I'm ready to embrace it across my entire enterprise. You take a bite of the elephant one bite at a time.
Right.
So what we end up doing is we listen, and to us, it's always an event. So there's something that happened in their organization that now they're thinking document management. And so it could be in lease administration. It could be in, I need a data room, I need a war room to share content externally. So we focus on where they're either a pain point or one of the bigger areas of return on investment. So we focus there and then branch out. So the secret there is don't boil the ocean. Start with as a point solution and branch out.
Very cool.
Yeah.
If people want to interact with you, DocClarity, get involved, start to think through their options and understandings, what would you recommend?
Yeah, go out on the web. Our contact points are out there. www.DocClarity.com. I'm not a doctor. I don't even play one on TV. The doc is for document and clarity, hence the name. But we're there, and all the contact points are there. Lots of good information there. White papers, case studies, ROI analysis, and so on.
Fantastic. Tom, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you as well.
Appreciate it.
It's always a pleasure.